Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I know that I keep changing what I say I'm going to talk about because there's just things happening in real life in real time that I think are important. And I want to, uh, okay, hold on. My live stream is telling me something. Okay. And I want to talk about something today that I think is prevalent in the network marketing profession. And I think that it is not being talked about, but is very prevalent and is probably the reason that many people end up quitting the profession. I think it's one of the main reasons that people talk bad about network marketing. And I think it's one of the main reasons, one of many. There are a lot of reasons that people leave the profession, but I want to talk about one in particular because I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. For those of you that don't know anything about what we do at Kingdom Alliance, we do personal, professional, and leadership development. We have on-demand things and live things, live virtual. Everything is virtual and digital. And we have our signature thing is a 16-week biblical leadership course called the Radiant Leadership Academy. It's a certification. You become a certified leader. That course is accredited through the International Coaching Federation. And we just 2 weeks ago started level 2 of that class, the Radiant Leadership Academy level 2. And in one of the topics in the topic that we had this week for the lesson, it brought up a lot of things for people. So one of the things was something that I personally have dealt with when I had a conversation with somebody, and I want to share it with you. I have been a part of network marketing for 20 years. And the reason that I got involved in network marketing was so that I could have more control over my life. I wanted to make more money and work less hours. And I believed network marketing to be the vehicle to do that. And there were a lot of other things that I love about network marketing. I love helping people grow. I love helping people make money. There was just a lot of things that were a really great fit for me. And, the reason that I got started in the first place was this idea that I didn't have to, I was working in the salon. I was working 10 to 12 hours every single day. So the idea that I could work a couple hours a day from home was revolutionary to me. I loved this idea. You mean I could wake up in the morning, check my messages, take my kids to school, come home, work a few hours on my business, and then go back to doing whatever. I could go to the gym. I could, go have lunch with my husband. I could do all these things. And then back in the day, we kind of did the business in the morning and in the evening because we didn't have technology like we have it now. So I could work a few hours in the morning, get some stuff done, enjoy my day, and then work a few hours in the evening. And that was an amazing shift for me from coming off of working, 10 to 12-hour days, standing behind the chair at the salon, and I was doing it from home. So these are some of the reasons that I loved network marketing. And it's still what I love about network marketing. But I will tell you that this kind of things have changed a little bit. And the last company that Bobby and I built with as distributors in the field, there was this culture inside the company of it was like team no sleep. It was like this idea that you were celebrated the more hours that you worked. You were celebrated. If you never watched TV, you were celebrated for all these things because you were so focused on building your business. And I get it. Like some people need a lot of structure because working a network marketing business, you don't have a boss. So having structure like that is something some people need. It's what a lot of people are used to. And it's what a lot of people require because they don't know how to self-regulate. They don't know how to manage their own time. There's a lot of reasons. But this team no sleep thing, I was like, Bobby and I would hear the leaders on stage talking about this. Like, I haven't watched TV. I don't even know what this show is. And everybody's talking and they were proud of it. And everybody's clapping in the audience. And me and Bobby would look at each other. We were like, I like watching TV. Like, I like doing those things. And so we have always kind of had a different approach to it. And the main thing that I love about network marketing is this piece of leverage. like this leverage thing that you could have leveraged income, meaning as you build a team, you're earning off the sales and the efforts of the whole team, not just what you did. That as you build a team and develop leaders, you're leveraging their skills. So you're not the only one doing everything. There's all these pieces of leverage that I felt like gets lost in network marketing a lot of the time, because you buy into this whole thing of like, we're just going to work all day and we don't do anything. We don't watch any TV. We're just work, work, work. And there was this whole thing for a couple of years in that last company. They even made shirts about it. Hot Mess Express. Like, I don't want to be a hot mess. That's why I selected this profession, so that I could have more choices in my life, that I wasn't like, there are periods of time where, you're running for something, but even in those periods of time, it was never this 10, 12-hour days that I spent in the salon. Now, fast forward a number of years, Bobby and I have been very successful. We've made millions of dollars. We've helped thousands and thousands of people to do great in the profession, make a little money, make, like average money, and make spectacular money. We've done all of the above. And in 2019, let's see. So let me back up a little bit. I became a mom at 16 years old. And as my children grew up, became adults, and moved out, I had a little bit of an identity crisis, because I had wrapped my entire identity up in being a mom. That's who I still identify first and foremost as a mom, even though my children are all adults. Two of them are married. One has their own child, right? Like that's still a very, very big part of my identity. But as that was shifting and my children were growing up, and that wasn't everything that I was, I really, really threw myself into my career in network marketing. And so in 2019, when God was really shifting me, I was about to blow my life up, but God was shifting me. And one of the things that was happening in this shift was, I felt like God told me that I had made an idol out of my identity in the profession of network marketing. And he was right, because, like, I'm still a mom, but I'm not really, like, it's not my job anymore, because my children are all grown up, and my youngest one was about to move out, very close to moving out in 2019. And who was I then if I wasn't a full-time mom, and if I wasn't a network marketer, who was I? I was kind of lost a little bit. Like, I don't know who I am. Do I have any value in the world if I'm no longer a full-time mom, and if I'm not identifying as this successful achiever in the network marketing profession? Who am I? And it scared me a little bit, because I know from personal experience that when you make an idol of things, sometimes God will take them from you so that you can get things in the right order. And that began this really important transition that has led to where I'm at today. So back to what I was talking about in the beginning. I think what happens for a lot of people in network marketing is what happened to me. You get involved in network marketing, you're super excited about it, you want to be successful. And so you start doing all the things. And maybe it's even part of your company, like it was the company I was with before, where it's the culture to just grind, 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 team no sleep, the Hot Mess Express. This is all we do all day, every day. Everywhere you go, you're always talking to people. You don't miss any opportunity to prospect somebody, and it begins to consume your mind. If you are watching this live or in the replay and you have experienced this in network marketing, I'd like to hear it, because first of all, nobody likes that. Like, who likes that? Second of all, you begin to burn everybody out, because and I've had this happen to me. I've literally had this happen to me. I was on the phone call. I was having a phone call with a friend that I've known for a long time, who was very excited about her new network marketing venture. And I was just having a normal conversation with her. But at every point in the conversation that she chose to direct the conversation into why I needed to use the product that she was selling. She full well knew I was in network marketing and owned a company. I full well knew she was in network marketing. And instead of just being in a conversation with me, she was so excited about her business that she was using any possible opportunity in that conversation to try to convince me that I needed the product. And I could sniff it out. I've been around a long time in the profession. I get it. I probably did the same thing to people. And I have learned a different way to talk to people. I listen way more, and I listen to see if they, in what they say and what they don't say, tell me why they need what I have to offer. I listen. I want to be somebody that offers solutions to somebody. I don't want to convince anybody. I like to say this, that your conviction is much more powerful than your convincing with people. You shouldn't have, if you have to convince somebody to get started, to try your product or to enroll or whatever, you are always convincing them. That you're never not convincing them. So I don't do that. I don't want to do that. Now, am I excited and passionate? Yes, I am excited. It's my personality all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about my business or making sourdough bread. I'm just a passionate person. So when it comes to prospecting, that's how I work. It's how I worked mostly from the beginning, but I've definitely refined that over the years because I didn't like to be prospected like that by other people. That, in my opinion, is a form of manipulation, and it will burn people out of wanting to talk to you. I will tell you with this friend, I didn't want to get on the phone with her anymore after that. And we were like talked pretty regularly because it happened more than once because I didn't want to get on the phone to try to have her try to manipulate the conversation so she could try to convince me to get involved in her company or buy her product. I just wanted to talk to my friend. And so this happens to people all the time. And like, again, I am not bashing because a lot of times there's a learning curve for people. Number one, there's personality traits that come into that are part of the equation here. And there's the culture of the company or the team that you're a part of, because a lot of times this is what they're teaching. They're teaching you to be like this. They're teaching you the inbox of like, hey girl, loved your post. I thought this would be a solution for you. No relationship, no connection, just spammy marketing. I get it all the time. I still get it. Matter of fact, I had somebody who was a cross-line person to me in the last company that I was with. Hi, Becca. That we weren't on the same team, but because Bobby and I hosted events, local events that we opened to the whole company, we got to know a lot of people in the company that weren't on our team. So he had my phone number and he messaged me, says, hey, how are you doing? And I said, it's great to hear from you. How are you? And he said, I'd love to get on the phone with you. Well, I said, hey, if you want to get on the phone with me to talk about your most recent company or product, then, I thank you so much, but I'm not interested. Bobby and I started a company of our own, and we are, not interested in being involved in other companies. And I want to say this too. I'm not even interested in buying the product. And it's not because I don't like products or want to sell it. It's because somebody like that will go, even the owners of this other company are using our product. So they will manipulate and use the fact that I'm using a product from a network marketing company and they'll manipulate that to get more sales. So you have to be careful in doing that. I've had that happen to me over the years too. So anyway, I said to him, if this is, like, I totally support you. I wish you nothing but success, but I'm not interested. So he responded back like, hey, thank you, but I really think you can benefit. This is the best health and nutrition XYZ that I've ever used. That's what his response was. And I said, again, thank you so much. I hope you have radical success, but, not interested in being pitched or purchasing the product at this time, because we're totally focused on what we're doing. Did he ask me about my company? Did he ask me about my product? Did he ask me, did he do the thing where he wants to reciprocate? I'll buy yours, you buy mine, which I don't like either. But no, he didn't do any of that. His only reason was prospecting. I don't, again, that's the job of network marketers, is to continue to reach out to people and prospect. But I say all of this because I'm trying to paint a picture for you. Have you been this? Have you felt this? Is why people feel burned out in network marketing, I think, because you make it everything you are, everywhere you go, all the time. And you teach this. It's being taught. If you're out of the and your product is health and wellness, this is a great market for you to talk to people about your product. Over the years, I have never, ever talked to anybody about my product at the gym. And Bobby and I go to the gym very regularly. I enrolled one girl from the gym, and it was because we got to know each other. She asked me what I did for a living. I told her, and she was interested in signing up. But I've never signed anybody because when I go to the gym, that is for me. That is a part of me that is disconnected from my business. Like maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. But I want to share this with you because this is why I'm such a stickler about having like business hours and working your business strategically and hard in those hours because you don't need to work 8 hours a day in a network marketing business. Like for max, and that includes like content creation time. Like that is the truth. You have strategic hours that you work your business. And when you're working your business, you're giving it 110%. And then when you're done with those working hours, you go have a life. This doesn't have to be, in the words of somebody I was speaking to yesterday, your whole personality. When I realized that I had made an idol out of who I was in that profession, I realized it was my whole personality. Everything that I was wrapped up in this. Not to say that it shouldn't, especially if this is what you're working to create a 6-figure income, a 7-figure income, whatever it is, not to say that it shouldn't be part of your personality for sure. Like people need to know what you do and what you're excited about, especially when you're prospecting, especially on social media. That's what you can use it for. It's your own personal television show. It's your own personal magazine. It allows people to vet you out. Like, I don't know if you do this, but if somebody does prospect me, what is the first thing you do? I'll tell you the first thing I do. I go to their profile. I read their bio first and I scroll through their stuff. This is a way for me to vet people out. See, do we have anything in common? Are we like the kind of people that would like each other? Because I like to work with people that I like. Do you? I strategically like to work with people that I think I could be friends with. So I say this to you because I really want you to not get burned out. I really want you to realize that you can be wildly successful in network marketing and you don't have to be on team no sleep. You shouldn't be on team no sleep. There are many parts of, and it should be the vehicle. It can be a big part of you, but it shouldn't be the only part of you. You should be able to unplug. And here's the example that I want to give you. I already said, like Bobby and I go to the gym. You could be a person that goes to the gym. You could go 7 days a week and you could do it for years and years and years. And you will not look like a person that goes to the gym. Do you want to know how I know that? Because I have watched people go to the gym for years and they literally look the same. The guy that still has the big old beer belly and no shoulder muscles and no biceps, but I watch him working out. Every time I'm in there, he's in there. He looks the same as he did a long time ago, right? Or you have that random, like, I don't know, 40-year-old woman who's in there 3 times a week and she's cut, she's ripped, and she's doing her thing. What's the difference? Because the guy that's in the gym 7 days a week is just kind of like, he's not giving it 110% of his effort. So he's not getting anywhere. And the girl that's in there 3 days a week is going full out for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And then she leaves the gym. Because in order to grow a muscle, you actually have to tear it. You have to rip it. And then you give it time to repair. And that's how it grows. If you strategically build your business like this, you set up a schedule that you have business hours. And when you are in your business hours, you are giving it everything you've got. You are crushing it. You're stepping outside of your comfort zone. You're making phone calls. You're connecting with people. You're following up, all the things that actually matter. You're not scrolling, right? You're not doing those things. You need a specific strategic plan for those business hours of things that actually are business building activities, if that's what you're trying to do. And then you're done. You put it down. This will do wonders for you. Number one, it will keep your mind in peak condition. Nothing will wear you out and burn you out in network marketing more than literally having it be the only thing you think about all the time. Like that is unhealthy. The only thing you should ever be thinking about all the time as a believer is your relationship with God. So your conversations with God. That should always be at the forefront of your mind. And I get it. Like I tend to be a workaholic, so I'm a little off balance like that. But guess what? In the season I'm in, I can be. I don't have any children at home. I have the ability now with my life to work more than I ever worked. And I have a job now. This is not building a leveraged life. I have an actual job in network marketing, owning the company. It's not the same. But building a team, that is how you should be building a team. And by the way, nobody wants to be on Team No Sleep. They're getting involved in network marketing because something that they can squeeze in the cracks of their life. They can do for a few hours a day and make more than full-time income when you do it right. What are other things about you? What do people, if somebody was to go to your social media right now, what would they see? Would they only see post after post after post after post about your business, or would they see other parts of your life? I'm kind of terrible on social media. I don't show a lot of other parts of my life, but I'm going to tell you right now, I love to make sourdough bread. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I don't do all the inclusions for those of you that are like amazing at it. Mine aren't as beautiful as some of the other ones. I haven't really nailed that part to really like cut designs into them. I do a little bit, but my sourdough bread is good. And I make it at least once a week. I make 2 loaves. I always give one away. I make an amazing focaccia bread with it. Like the focaccia bread, I might even like better than the actual sourdough loaves. And we are super into using my sourdough discard for pizza crust. I love doing it. I love to be healthy and fit. We work out regularly. And now that I am menopausal, my workouts have had to change and I walk. I do a couple mile walk a couple times a week. I don't like speed walk. I just walk and enjoy the scenery around me and worship God. I do that very regularly. I love my family. I would stop anything to be with my family. I think that feeding people is my love language. There is something unbelievably gratifying about cooking for people and feeding them and having them go, oh, my stomach hurts. I'm so full. Literally, my insides my heart grows and explodes because I love to feed people. Last year for Christmas, I made all kinds of homemade things that I gave away. And the response across the board, people were like, when did you have time to do that? Well, I will tell you when. I did it on the weekend. I did it when I wasn't working the business because I needed my mind to have a break from thinking about the business. So I did all kinds of fun things. I made homemade lemon. We don't even drink, and I made homemade limoncello, and it was really good. The people that I gave it to said it was great. I made homemade vanilla, and I made a whole bunch of other homemade things that I gave away. I'm gonna do the same thing this year. I'm actually starting earlier this year because now that I've done it, I have more things I want to make. Bobby and I love to go mountain biking, and we love to hike and be in nature and ride bikes. And these are all parts of me. I'm not just that, and neither are you, and neither should you be. There are many facets to who you are. So if you are in network marketing, I want to encourage you to allow yourself to have those other parts. You won't burn out if you do that. It'll be an amazing part of your life. Maybe the biggest piece of the pie when it comes to how you divvy up the parts of your life outside of your family. That should always be the biggest piece of the pie, but all the other things. Maybe your network marketing business is the biggest piece of the pie, but it shouldn't be the only piece. Emotionally, intellectually, you will burn. You will burn out and you will burn other people out as well. And it won't be as inspiring. There's nothing more fun for me than taking a weekend to do a whole bunch of other things and then come back on Monday, because I told you, like, I have a job now, to come back on Monday refreshed and excited about what the week is going to bring. You have to take those, you have to have those moments of reprieve, even if only in your own mind. And I will tell you, like, if you are doing that, the Team No Sleep and the hustle and all that, who wants to sign up in your business like that? I wouldn't. I would have never done that. I would have never signed up into network marketing if that was the way that it was presented to me, because I was already doing that. I was working stupid hours and I was tired. I really was. I burnt myself out doing hair because I worked so many hours. I would do sometimes 11 clients a day. That's a lot of clients for like, well, I had an assistant, so I wasn't alone, but that was a lot of clients to do 5 days a week, sometimes six. And so I did more clients in a short period of years than a lot of people do in many, many years. And I burned out. I was like, if I don't ever touch a head of hair again, it will be, couldn't be soon enough. And that happens a lot in network marketing. And people are working, working, working. They're spinning their wheels. They're doing all these things that aren't strategic to build the business, and they're getting no results, like that guy at the gym. I actually have had people tell me, I'm working 8 hours a day. I'm not getting results. I'm like, what are you doing for 8 hours a day? It's not the strategic things to build your business. I'll tell you that. You're doing other things, because the strategic things to build your business, um, if you were doing that 8 hours a day, you'd get results. It's numbers. It's a numbers game. And if you're doing the right thing, that eventually the numbers always hit. But if you're spending 8 hours a day building your business and you're not getting results and you're burned out, you're probably doing the wrong things. Let's just be strategic. Let's be honest about that. Without strategy, without being mentored by somebody who can give you the goods on what to do, you're liable to be like that dude. You're going to go to the gym 7 days a week. You're going to get no results, and you're going to wonder, why doesn't this work? Or you're going to leave the profession and go, that sucks. Network marketing's terrible. I worked so hard and I never made any money. Or people are going to be like, I am to people in my life, and be like, I don't want to get on the phone with them because it's the only thing they talk about. I'm just trying to be real with you. I'm just trying to help you. If you're in network marketing out there, don't be that person for yourself and for the people around you. Again, there's no judgment from me, because I tend to be a workaholic and do these things. And I have learned over the years to force myself to diversify in my own mind, to force myself to create boundaries in my schedule and to not do that. Ruby says, people forget that delayed gratification is literally the only way to build anything sustainable. Taking breaks and slow and steady are part of the delayed gratification strategy. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I do a little story, a little talk about, what is his name? It's Cliff. I can't think of his last name. An older man that did an ultra marathon in New Zealand. It's a good story. I'll have to tell it one time on here. I've told it all the time. I've told it many times to teams over the years. But if you are being coached by people that want you to build a sustainable business, a strong business that is attractive to people that are already busy, everybody's busy. I don't want to be on team no sleep. I want to be on team, the 3 to 4 hour workday and binge on Netflix with my husband at night if I want to, or go on a walk at night, not feel guilty about it, or go out to lunch and like with my friends and know that I already worked my business for the day. And anything on top of that that comes is like the cherry on top, because I worked so hard at the gym that day. I worked so hard in the business that day. If you ever go to the gym and you have you crush a workout, you're going to be sore the next day or the next day. Don't you feel good about it? I do. I'm like, I crushed that workout. So excited. My muscles are going to hurt tomorrow. Feels good to do that. Proud of yourself. Know that you're making what do we call it in the gym world? You're making gains. You're having gains happen. Like you're gaining muscle. You're building a muscle inside there. And let me tell you, as a 51-year-old woman, building muscle is harder than it's ever been before, because your body goes wacko. And so I'm very proud when my muscles are sore, because that means I tore them. I stretched them to their limit, and they are going to repair and grow back stronger. So I hope this was helpful to somebody today. Maybe you don't even want to admit that this is kind of how you've been, or what you thought was normal, or how you built the business. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can build a multi-million dollar business strategically in less hours, getting so much more done than the spinning of your wheels, team no sleep, the hot mess express. I don't want that. I am a hot mess express sometimes because I have hot flashes, but not because I'm burning the candle at both ends for my business, using zero strategy and doing things that don't work. It does not have to be your reality. So I hope if you are in the network marketing profession, that this is helpful to you. If you know somebody that's like this, tag them in the video, and so that we can set them free, break them free from the bondage of thinking that that is how you have to build the business. It's not. It doesn't have to be everything about you. It can be a good part of it, but doesn't have to be everything. I want to know some of the things about you. Comment and type in the comments some other things about you that maybe you don't show on social media that maybe nobody would know. Start putting that out there. Make it exciting. Make it interesting. There's so much boring content on social media. I can't even stand it. I can't even stand how people go out there because they've been told they need to be on social media, and everything they talk about is so boring. Like, let's show some of the exciting parts of your life, some of the interesting parts of your life. There is enough boring, like, it's just boring. Everybody's saying, so many people are just saying the same thing all the time. I'm like, heard this live 7 million times. You know what I mean? From 7 million people. Like, what's the interesting part of you that you've kept hidden that people would love to know about? What's interesting about you? What's interesting about what you're doing? What's something that's weird? Like, weird attracts. Weird gets attention. People will watch you if you're doing something weird. How much do we love to watch? Listen, I'm just going to talk about it for a brief second before I end this live. How many of you watched the Olympic breakdancing, the girl from Australia? I watched it and I thought it was a joke. I've watched it so many times. I feel bad. She's probably not feeling great about herself at the moment because she's become like the biggest meme of 2024 because it's hysterical, but we're all talking about it. Why? Because it was funny and weird. Nobody's talking about you because you're just doing the same old boring stuff that everybody else is doing. I bet you have some opinions about things that aren't boring. I bet you have some things in your life that are interesting. Show that stuff. Show other parts of yourself. Don't just come on and use social media and every opportunity to market. Network marketing, the networking part is supposed to be first. That's the biggest part. The networking piece, the connecting with people, the making relationships. That's the bigger part. The marketing part is the smaller part. Or at least equal. It shouldn't be the bigger part. I'm super excited because inside of Kingdom Alliance, we do live calls and we have guests on. And tonight we have Todd Falcone, who is a pro at networking. He is gonna rock Kingdom Alliance world tonight with his content. I messaged him. I said, "Do you want to do interview style? How do you like it?" He goes, "Introduce me and let me go." I said, "That's amazing," which means he's gonna give the goods tonight. On that call, he's going to be specifically talking about network marketing, and he's made millions in the profession. He's trained tens of thousands of people. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how to build a business. He lives a leveraged life. Leveraged. You know what I know about him? He loves to ski. He loves the outdoors. Like, I know these things because he shows those parts of him on social media. He loves his wife. He's always posting with his wife. What do people know about you outside of that? Lynn, thank you for very confirming exactly what the Lord has been talking to me about. Yay. I love it. Okay, this was a long one. This was more than 30 minutes. This is not my intention. This is what happens. You get me on a roll talking about things that I feel fired up about. I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope this gives you some inspiration to maybe share new parts of yourself. And if you know people that need to hear it, tag them so that they can watch this too. Because the whole goal here is I want to be the catalyst. This company, myself, all of our ambassadors, we want to be the catalyst for some change in the profession. Like we want to be the catalyst to change the perception of the profession. We don't look like any other company. Like it's disarming. We don't look like, we don't act like, I don't want to either. And we don't want to talk like any other company. We want to train like any other company. Everybody's out there saying the same thing. It's the same old same, even if it's a new company. Oh, the newest, best, greatest. It's all the same conversation. They teach the same, they train the same, it's the same. We're not doing the same thing. Conversations are different. What we do is different. The way we do it is different. The way we lead is different. Sometimes different is not good. Sometimes different scares people. Let me tell you, it's good. It's good over here. It's real good. You get to become the best version of yourself the way that you want to become. You can build a gigantic business. You can build a network marketing team, or you can act like an affiliate marketer here. You get to do whatever you want in the way that you want to do it and be 1,000% authentic. Doesn't that feel freeing? And you're never going to hear from me, I'm the owner of the company, that you should be on Team No Sleep. I want you to have a life. I want you to have an amazing life. I want you to get to do all the things you ever wanted to do. And I want this to be the vehicle to allow you to do those things. So I hope you have an amazing day. If you want to be part of the conversation, part of what we're doing, comment below. Once you get enrolled as a member of our mentorship programs or an ambassador, you will have instant access to everything, and you can join the call tonight with Todd Falcone. That's going to be good. All right. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, everybody.